All right, Squid Boys. I'm invading the Midwest. I'm in the Midwest. I'm surrounded, and I'm going to be a Midwest fool today. So here's the plan. The biggest coalition, Cobra, is Illinois, Oklahoma, and Florida. Illinois is to my right. You can see here, Illinois has taken over Missouri with their ally, Oklahoma. I need to invade them through my ally, who's given me right of way access, West Iowa, who's an AI, and there's an opening right here. I need to go here and hit his capital, disrupt Illinois, and then get ready to fight Oklahoma. Now you can see down here, Illinois' 30 unit group is at half strength. So that is also something what I want to attack. So I want to come down here, attack here. It's going to arrive at 6 a.m. And then I'm going to kind of bump right here and then go back to his capital like that. That's a nice little where am I going kind of situation. But I need to delay that by 4 hours. Everyone else is an AI besides two other threats. So we have Minnesota. Here you can see Minnesota. Here's North Michigan. They've been at conflict. Minnesota took this province a few days ago. North Wisconsin took it back. As you can see, the border color has changed. And I've been keeping troops here to guard against Minnesota, but I think Minnesota is going to turn into an AI, which is great news. So I need to hope that happens, and then all these troops can go and help against my Midwest crusade. Lastly, with Washington, so Washington, the great Satan, Lucifer, has invaded Montana, and as we get closer, it's going to start bordering my province here. I have troops here. This will be easy to defend. Lucifer doesn't have any coalition members, so he could be a potential ally if I need to. I could join the great Satan if I needed that. But I'm not scared of Lucifer because he fought this AI that was right here, and I looked at his kill counts, and it was bad. I did not like it. I wasn't scared by it. But yeah, that's the plan. Day change. We can see here my 14th Army is getting close to the capital. They wiped out the army that was right here. The 30 group, dead. Moved along here, and going back here. Not much resistance, so it's looking good. He has not been moving. And his ally, Oklahoma, is mad. He says, leave Illinois alone. I will respond after I sack the capital and say, okay. Now up here, Minnesota has turned into a wild card. Minnesota has attacked this AI at this location, this AI at this location, and this human player, Michigan, at this location. So you can see here, Minnesota is at war with 4 countries, which is great. It's a great distraction because as I take out Illinois, I could be assured Michigan may not start something right away, but things are going good. So I've taken the capital of Illinois. I'm going to start building defenses. I'm going to start taking the provinces that I'll need to build defenses in, which will be these two against Oklahoma. You can see he's building up right here, which is a problem, but it was expected. And I did so good. Michigan wants to join my coalition. So I've made a coalition. We are the Midwest Fools. Just fooling around. And I also invited the great Satan over too. Let's see how that goes. If he doesn't accept, I'll start building forts here. All right, Illinois, he's out. Just mopping him up, and I'm moving my forces right here to consolidate because Oklahoma, right here, is coming up north. Now I'm not worried and I'm confident because my army has a strong health while his army is at half health. So he has attack strength of 101. This army right here has defense strength of 113. This army here has a defense strength of 112. And have more men up here. So I will gladly wipe out his army. That sounds good. I've decided to move my troops up here because there's a fort. You could see Oklahoma's armies coming up from the south. And I'm just trying to maximize the kills. I still think I have the advantage. I just want like a really good advantage, and this fort will be that for me. Well, Oklahoma is deciding to make it a standoff, so I'm leaving, and I'm going over here. He left his capital wide open. I'm going to go around him, and his economy is so badly developed because I could see the double resources don't have anything but one building in them, and his morale is at 67%. He'll just be fluttering around if I could take this capital. With that said, I'll have the AI as a buffer, and my new ally Michigan wants me to take out Minnesota, so I'm prepping to move right here and attack Minnesota this way. I think the plan now is to paralyze Oklahoma, let him just slowly die off while I take Minnesota. I'll still have the buffer states to give me more time, and then I can finish off Oklahoma. Oklahoma didn't stand a chance. You can see his army here, second group. He's moving in to intercept me, but I'm going to make it in time. He has no way of catching to me. It's a clear shot to his capital. The fight in Michigan is going to plan too. Sorry, not Michigan, Minnesota. So what I'll do is I'll just eat up all this. This was a good, quick victory. These two were the biggest coalition members. Florida was also in their coalition, but he tapped out. He just couldn't handle my moves. I've taken the capital here. I've moved my troops to defend this position because there's only one line. And he's placed his men right here. You can see his morale is at 14%, which is great. So I am going to sit. I'm building a fort. I'm going to wait a day or two, and then I'll wipe them out. In the meantime, taking out the other provinces over here. And I'm amassing an army of new troops here. So when day change hits, I'll come back. I'll go down to the south and attack them. So I've taken out Oklahoma. Here you can see the last remnants. Not much there. And now I'm twice as big as everyone else, which is great. Let's look at the newspaper. Here you can see I'm the largest economy, and number 2 and number 3 combined is smaller than me. That's what happens when you take out the top 2 players in the biggest coalition. Now I need to reconsolidate, take out some minor countries to fill in the blob here. Take Louisiana so I can have this coast here to defend myself. So I could defend here and here instead of here, because that's bad if this guy attacks me. Also West Mexico, South Mexico. There's some Canadians over here, and Maine is the next big one. So besides that, I'm going to be turtling for a bit, and hopefully they'll give a good enough fight for an interesting video. Well, that takes us to Squid U. Now at Squid U, we're going to discuss a topic on how to be better at this game, I was fighting Illinois and Oklahoma. So with Illinois, I used the AI that was right here, who gave me access to move, and I snuck in while Illinois was fighting Missouri, and I snuck in and got his capital. And that completely scared him out. He quit the game. Oklahoma, on the other hand, came up to aid Illinois. He told me I should stop, and I told him he had a good point. And then we were at a stalemate here and here until I then again went through my ally AI, went over here and snuck to his capital. And then he went out. Now, I didn't have more troops than him. I didn't have fancier troops than him. I didn't have nothing. But what I did have is mobility and maneuverability. I had this AI guarding me. I had this AI guarding me here towards my provinces where I had free range to mess with them. And that just shows you need to play defense and not just leave everything open. You should be ready for an attack. Oklahoma should have had troops right here to stop me from invading. He would have been alive. Well, that's it. I'll see y'all next time.
A unique and lesser-known aspect of World War I, the involvement of squids in the trenches. These amazing creatures disrupted the monotony of trench warfare, distracting soldiers and providing occasional amusement amidst the horrors of battle.